All right, what is up, everybody? Thanks for tuning in. Travis, thank you for the sub. Sorry I didn't mention that earlier. Man, we are going all out tonight, so we're gonna do this quick. We don't have a lot of time, and I've talked a lot, so as always at the top of this, I do want to say thank you guys so much for a lot of the recent members that have re-upped their membership. I really do appreciate that. If you guys are long-time subscribers and want to know how to support the channel, becoming a member is a really great way to do that. Click the join button. You'll see there's two different tiers for memberships. Otherwise, if you are a longtime viewer and have not subscribed yet, please do so. It is free. It helps me out a lot. We're almost to 3,000 subscribers. It's pretty crazy. That's pretty insane. So please be sure to do that and join the Discord server. If you're not in the Discord server, you're absolutely insane. If you've heard me say this more than once, you are crazy. Please join the Discord server. We have almost 500 people in there, and once we hit 500 people, we can do some pretty cool stuff. We can, like, I don't know, launch a ship to the moon or something. But join the Discord server. It's worth it. Make sure to choose a role in the roles channel. Lastly, if you are watching this live, right now, hit the like button. Press the like button. Smash it. Abuse. Wait, hold on.
I say, hear ye, abuse the like button. Ask not what you can do for the like button, but what the like button can do for you. Take back YouTube. Do what you can. Wait, is there another one? That's not bad.
Stormtrooper Jetta, what's up? Okay, I know there's a lot of people who need to be sleeping right now. It's 8:53 at night in California. Guys, hey, I know you want this secret sauce information to yourselves because, you know, you want to win the tournament, but hey, if you want to help your boy out because I'm helping you out, you would share this stream, okay? Just, you know, like real homies would do that. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. All right, let's get into it. So as we always do, we draw zones. Wow, this is going to be so weird. Okay, so that's the first one that I would draw. The second one I would probably draw. Wow, this is tough, guys. That's probably the next one I would draw. This zone is even not that great. That Dorito zone is super scuffed. The next one I would probably draw is this one, and I'd probably draw this one as well. So this is, as always, this is Iowa or Dragon. Dragon is for simple calls. Iowa is for the next calls that we're going to throw out. Nevada, Texas, Oklahoma, and Arizona. Okay, or Charger. You either use Dragon Charger or Iowa through Arizona. Okay, just so you guys know. We draw these so that way we can get we can kind of get a gut check for where likely people will be in a standard breakout. That's the reason we draw these. It's also helpful to know that when you shoot somebody heads up, especially on the outsides of the field, where the next guy will likely be that's going to stop you, because then you can make it a very simple gun battle, wrap and go sort of situation to get at the field quickly. But I have a feeling this field is going to be very weird, so let's take a look. The next thing we always do is we walk the baseline, and we're mostly curious about what shots exist coming towards us and what shots we have heads up and crossfield. So obviously huge gap up the middle. I'm gonna try to go through this really quickly, guys. I know you guys are really eager to get this information from me, but I got to do this fast. So obviously huge shot up the middle. This guy, that home guy's chance of killing you is much greater than you killing him. Then you also have this gap right here. This is a pretty big gap that you'd have to definitely worry about. Heads up is definitely there. If you wanted to shoot a guy running to the corner, you could. Yeah, that's a pretty okay-ish shot. We'll look at that more in greater detail in a second. Otherwise, if you keep running to the corner, you're kind of in the clearing. You obviously do have over-the-top shots that will exist, but I really don't think anybody's going to be taking those. Here's the thing, guys. On a blind layout, people are going to take the safest options. They're going to take the safest they're going to take the safest shots off the break. They're going to take the safest routes. And over the course of the tournament, as you gather more and more information, those things are going to change, but not generally too much, right? The gaps that exist that are the safest to shoot, people are going to be shooting them all tournament long. So in my opinion, the only gap you really have to worry about in running out to this snake side, we'll call it. It's not really a snake, but we're gonna call it that. Is this side and this side are the only two zones you have to really worry about. Otherwise, if you pass this line, you're clear to go. You are pretty safe in these bunkers, it looks like. So let's confirm that. We get out to this corner, have a huge blind. If you take this bite from here, oh my gosh, yeah, dude. I mean, obviously, if you got a guy that matches you, you're not safe anymore, correct? Right? If you got a guy that's running out to the corner with you as well, they're likely going to be shooting back at you, shooting heads up. So if you are running to the corner, I would probably do it with your gun up, okay? I would probably run and gun with your gun up. Here's the other piece of advice I have for people who are playing blind layouts. It is better to find out earlier in the tournament whether or not something works than it is later in the tournament and to be experimenting with it. You should be playing very aggressive and you should be trying crazy new things. My suggestion would be to you to run and gun to this corner to make sure that you keep the guy heads up in front of you as honest as possible, meaning that they don't just take bites for free because you didn't have your gun up at the time, right? You will very likely meet somebody that will fight you heads up, but here's the trick. If you run with your gun up and you see somebody dive, you have a few options. You can either take a massive bite up here and slide into the 50 because nobody can see you, literally no one. Look who is going to shoot you on making that move. The number 2 can't shoot you because the number 2 is going to stop here. The home guy can't really shoot you because you'll be low enough to dodge his paint. It's possible that he can nick you, but like that's very, very unlikely. You can even take this route instead. You can go here and then dive right here if you want to be a little safer. But then after that, you're going to the same bunker, right? So in my opinion, running and gunning to the corner is super safe. If the guy dives into the snake, you take the bite to the 50. If he matches you in the corner, well, now you've got like a pretty straight up heads up battle, right? It's going to be super slow, whatever, okay? I guess we've talked about the snake side already, but we'll do the baseline still, and then we'll go on each side, okay? Looking now on the Dorito side, you have obviously a huge heads up. Very big gap cross field. Did not see that originally. So this is a massive gap. I would very much expect this corner guy or this guy to be running out here and shooting. Oh, I did see that. Just kidding. I would imagine that this is the shot that this dude takes more often than not, which when that's the case, right? Because again, what we're looking for is for the number 2s, what their shots look like, whether they're better heads up or cross or what options they have. Anytime we have a number 2 on the opposite side of the field shooting cross, we need to compensate for that in some way, which usually is the home guy's job, or we have the other cross field shot coming in, okay? This shot does exist. It's not great. It does exist. I mean, it's not great to kill the snake runner. It's really good to kill the guy that's running out to the corner or running out to this bunker and shooting cross on your guys, right, on the Dorito side. So that's a very good counter to that. Shooting then running out to the Doritos. Obviously, there's that shot. You might even just trade these two. Like, and, you know, maybe what you do is you essentially bingo this guy every time. I would suspect this guy is going to be the number 2 on the snake side is going to be hard to survive if these people do this. Okay, but that's kind of the battle that you guys are going to be playing. Going further, then another one of those where if you really if you cross, it looks like if you cross this zone, you're probably safe. You're just probably safe to get into the corner. It's possible for him to shoot you right here. It's possible. It's not as likely as him killing you in any of these spots. Going out to the corner, then. You well, if they match you, then it's obviously a heads-up battle and it's pretty gridlocked. Not much you can do there. Kind of have to take it slow. Even the inside route is like super safe, but you can still check it off, right? I can see that guy if he decides to take this inside route. But if they don't match you, this is another one of those cases where if the guy does not match you going into the corner, then you can take a pretty big bite up to this Dorito right here. Okay, if you guys want to know more about that, the Chicago layout 2021 had a very similar Dorito side in that where if you rounded the corner and there wasn't a guy at a certain position to stop you, you can take this bite for free. And who's going to stop you? Your heads up guy is the only person that's going to stop you, and if he doesn't pull to the corner, you're clear for takeoff, dude. You could probably even go here to this Dorito 4 if you wanted, but I'd just be very careful about that. Because if you decide to do that and hold up here short, yeah, you could. I'll let you decide that. But here's my opinion, guys. The very beginning of the tournament, you should make one of those 2 plays. Okay, it's kind of an either or. Do the run and gun to the snake corner, or do the run and gun to the Dorito corner, and then either take the big bite into the Dorito 3 or 2, or take the bite into the snake 50. Okay, I would do that early in the tournament. Okay, and then so now we've kind of run the baselines. We now see what they look like. Let's look at each side of the field really quick. So we've got we're looking at the Dorito tape. We'll look at that first. So we already established you've got a pretty decent heads up. You could probably even take a safer route because, to be honest, this shot will actually kill you. If this person it picks up on that, this shot will kill you. It's one of the reasons why I think you probably are safer to just stop at the Dorito 2 than to take the big bite into here. The difference, however, is look at all this space. This space right here is not accidental. They do this for a reason, okay? This space is for this exact moment. So when you decide, when you get to the corner and you've beaten the guy and he stops at the Dorito, this is for this route, okay? This space, because if he shoots you or if he tries to shoot you here, his paint at most is going to be landing here, and it's very easy for you to run around that. And so if you decide to get to the corner and you want to take a safe route, you just actually got to make sure you blind that guy. That's the only thing, because you can't run right here. He's going to shoot you all the way. So if you do decide to do that, you just have to come here. Okay, come here. Boom. Slide. You're good. So if you do the Dorito 3, that's the route you take. If you do the Dorito 2, which is much safer, then all you have to do is just kind of skirt. Now you're here. And which makes the problem even easier, because if you want to, you can either challenge this guy. I wouldn't do that. You can challenge the tower guy from this Dorito right here. Probably wouldn't do that. I'd probably just shoot your tape and then go super low. And you can either come here. Again, probably wouldn't do that. I'd probably just go here to the Dorito. Boom. You're good. Okay, so then why would we go to this mini W? What's the purpose of this? So obviously lots of great shots across field. Really great shot here. Really great shot here. Low wrap. Man, that tower guy is a constant problem. This tower guy is a pretty strong bunker so far. So we're going to call that a key bunker. And what we established with key bunkers is that they're probably bunkers you need to go to every point, because of how much they cover on the field. And if you don't go to that bunker, you need to compensate it for in some way. But generally speaking, key bunkers are ones you kind of have to go to every point. Okay, so inside route, same thing. Have to check off the tower guy if we decide to go either way. Okay, are there any free kills in any of these Doritos? So if we go to this Dorito, no free kills. You do have some challenges you could take. You could challenge this guy. You could challenge that guy. What I mean by challenging is, like, if you ever get stuck and you just want to be productive in some way, like let's say for example you're kind of stuck here. I don't know why you would be. It doesn't look like you should be ever. But if you ever do get stuck here, you could always just like shoot some paint into some zones while you kind of wait for it to be clear. And that's what I mean by challenge. So I really think that the only people that are going to stop either sides of the field is the middle push. And that's we'll probably see that better when we look at the middle. But otherwise, going to this, what is the purpose of this Dorito? Why would we ever go here? I would never go here for something heads up. I would never go here for something inside. I would never go here to look cross field. I don't know what the purpose of that Dorito is, except to leapfrog. But even still, I don't know why I would do that. But look at this route. So if you go to this tower, we established that this tower is really strong, right? It's really strong because of all the little spots it can check off. Admittedly, they're hard spots to shoot, right? This is, if you were playing the tower and you were looking at all these angles, that's not existent. That's a low, small snap. That's a low, small snap. That's a surprise shot. This inside shot would surprise you. So not a great spot to be in. You have to be very accurate with dialed in shots. But if you decide you want to get in their face, you could easily drop your gun and look, run here. The only people who are going to shoot you is Snakeside, which tells me the snake side of the field probably needs to be crossing a lot. But otherwise, if you run here, look, boom, slide into here, you're free into the 50. And now you're like really in their face, right? They can obviously match you, which is not great. But so here's what I would do. If it were me, a pretty strong breakout, in my opinion, would be to go here and take this bite into the Dorito 2, and then send this guy here to take this bite into the 50 and do this. The biggest issue is going to be inside routes to run you down here and anything cross field. But if you do this in the breakout, nobody's going to be in these bunkers to shoot you cross field before you make that move. Nobody's going to stop you. If you make it later, that's definitely a huge worry. If you make that bump after the first 10 seconds of the point, from here to that 50, you got to worry about the snake side. But okay, keep being going in the Doritos. Pretty strong crossfield shot on the snake corner guy. Assuming he got stuck, So if, for example, you're running that route where you send, I probably wouldn't do both, to be honest with you guys. I probably wouldn't do both runners out to the corner because generally speaking, you want to only risk one side of the field running out wide. But this isn't that wide. Look how much space we've got over here, right? This bunker isn't all the way to the corner. So not super far, but if you decide to run to the corner and they matched it as well, and you know that that's kind of the play of the tournament, that people are just doing that, then I would definitely look for this crossfield shot. That wasn't it, was it? It was this one. Let's take a look. Where am I? Dorito 2. Okay. That Dorito 2 crossfield shot is not bad to surprise somebody because this snake guy in the first 10 to 20 seconds, if you get to this bunker, like after that, you know, you take that huge bite, you get here, you pull up within this time frame, 10 to 20 seconds, this guy is in his own world, man. This guy's going to do whatever it takes to get their opponent to flinch so he can take a bite. And if he gets stuck there, that guy's free. That guy's free. So be aware of that. That's probably the first thing I would check off. Otherwise, the can is going to be annoying if they are there. If you get here, any free kills, what is that over there? Snake W. This is going to be annoying. It's a crossfield shot, equally as threatening to both of you. So be aware of that. If you get here, this Dorito 3 off the break, even more so. I can't say that's a free kill because they're far up the field as well, but this would be the first thing I would look at is for that snake guy. And then otherwise, because it's going to be hard to survive if he's there and you don't have that dominance, you have to live behind your gun, have to get on like both knees and get super low. And you don't want to get stuck here because then you're super easily ran down. There's so many routes that they could take to kill you. So try not to get stuck here. So maybe, so what I'm feeling is the case is that this is a super key bunker. Oh, wow. You cannot see that. Hold on. This is a super key bunker. Don't get stuck here. And this is a great route to get to that bunker. So I would probably do that more than I would go to the Dorito 3. And that's a pretty safe route. We'll have to look at what actually stops that consistently. Getting to the 50 then. I mean, you got the shot on the juice box, but I don't think that's a free kill. The tower is becoming a much freer. And if you take a step back and you float off of this, you could shoot the corner and that is a free kill. So depending on how you get up into the 50, I would look the corner and this tower. Obviously, if the guy's in the tower, you can't really float away. You have to find that first. But then if you float further back, shoot the corner guy, kill the snake juice box if he's standing out in the open. By the way, guys, if you're watching it right now, if you're watching the live stream right now, please hit the like button. It helps me out a lot. And if you're going to the tournament tomorrow morning, please say something like, "Hey, I'm going to the tournament. This is helping." Okay. We're almost done with the snake side, and then we got to go to the Doritos in the middle, and we got to be done. So going low then, if you get here, go low, shoot this guy. This guy is super key. Shoot the Aztec at the home. Aztec at the home is super free if you do this. Bro, your knowledge is amazing, and I love watching your vids. Thanks, Stormtrooper. I appreciate that, buddy. Thank you. Shoot this guy. Low wrap. Shoot that guy. Come here. This tower is now free. So the 50 is super strong. Okay, so here's what we've established. Super key bunker. Super key bunker. Your route is really just trying to get into here to then get to this bunker. That's your whole goal. And your low wraps are free, even if they're in the corner, because look, the corner can't see you. The corner can't see you right now if you do it tight. Not even the Dorito 1 guy can see you. He has to either be in this wing right in front or come run you down. So super free. If you then commit to this move, which I would do slowly, I would kind of ghost out of here. The corner is definitely dead, and now the juice box is definitely dead. So between those two bunkers, you can kill 3 people. Between those 2 Dorito bunkers. Okay. I would just use the way I would process this in my brain, because especially for blind layouts, you really have to be efficient about how you process information. I would just look at this as these are the bunkers I really need to get to, and these are the spots I need to shoot, which is like here, 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 and here. So you're gonna find anywhere between 2 to 3 people in these spots. And those are the bunkers that are important on the Doritos. Any of these other bunkers you can produce kills from. I'm not saying you can't, but there's just ones that aren't as strong. Obviously, if you get to their side of the field, everybody's dead. So I'm not going to go over that. Inside routes here I would not bother with unless you're worried about somebody running you down, but I would look at these routes where you jump over these beams, especially to shoot the guy that's on the other side of your bunker or to come kill the guy at the wedge. So the question then is, what is at the wedge? What can we see? So if we go to the wedge instead, nothing except for the tower. This is a really strong tower bait. So if they're pulling up short on the Doritos, which I have no idea why they would be, you could bait this guy. It's not a great bait, to be honest with you. Anything that's like straight heads up is easily head checked. It's things that are harsher and the angles, right? Things that are harsher on the inside of the field that are much harder to check off. Going here then, great for up the middle. Super huge visibility for up the middle routes. And you can really do a lot of damage by people taking big bites on the snake side without clearing it first. So that's definitely there. This is here. You can shoot the juice box guy. Nothing he can do about that. So this seems to be that this wedge is a snakeside wedge or a snakeside bunker. This is oops, hello. This is a snakeside bunker. Do not let it fool you. The only other reason you go here is to run the guy down. So if, for example, you get to this 50 and things aren't happening, or you hear that they're at this bunker, let's say you called this snake 2 and you were here and you heard the snake 2 call, you might come back, look for that. It's a pretty high IQ play, pretty hard thing to do on the spot. And if you make that move, you drop the pressure you were applying on the Dorito side. So I'm not sure that's a great idea. Okay, middle. Let's look at the middle real quick. So we said that the gaps are pretty strong, which is true. These gaps are great. These, something to consider. Obviously, the teams that put in a lot of work are going to be really accurate at the beginning of the tournament, but every team in every division is going to get more and more accurate over the course of the tournament. You need to make sure that you adjust your breakouts according to this, okay? Obviously, there's only so much you can do. For example, like you kind of have to risk a body in this gap. There's not really much you can do about that, but you might find that you cannot afford to run with your gun up, which I would suspect that in Division 2 and higher, you probably can't run with your gun up past the first match, right? After that, after everybody in your bracket has played one game, you probably can't make this move without dying. But in that first match, you probably can make this move without dying, Division 2 and lower. There's not very many teams playing in this tournament, so I'm not sure how valuable that information is, but just know that that's the thing. As far as the snake side of the field, same sort of thing. This gap exists. It's pretty good to kill the number 2. Can't see the number 1 from here. If we decide to punch up the middle then and get closer, same shot, nothing better. I mean, you do have a little gap right here, but I don't think you're killing anybody there. And if you decide to punch up the middle and look Dorito way, literally can't see anything. So we would use this as a Leapfrog Bunker. So that means that the reason I would go to this can is because I want to go to one of these 2 bunkers. And so far, the only reason we would go here is because we want to shoot the snake way, or we want to shoot some kind of up the center move. Okay, so, but let's look at what happens if we go to the snake side. So if we punch the snake way, huge gap. The problem is that the key bunker we established is the Dorito 2. You do a lot of damage in the Dorito 2. The only thing you stop is the move from the Dorito 2 to the Dorito 3, which is valuable. You definitely have a trap that you could set here for that. So if you find that the Dorito side is blowing open if your opponent's Dorito side is blowing your Dorito side up really quickly, I would consider making this move and setting this trap to essentially have a 3-man push snake side in these bunkers and a 2-man island on this side, with the key play being here. Okay, what program do you use for that? It's a site, an app. This is called gunsup.com. It's shown in the URL right here. It's just a browser-based app. Okay, and then this is where all like major leagues post their like they build their layouts and stuff now. By the way, if you guys are new to the stream, welcome so much. Thank you. First of all, welcome. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. I promise you I make good content you're going to like. I promise. Also, be sure to hit the like button if you haven't already. It does help me out while the people are watching it live. Okay, so then if we go here and look inside, straight up tower shot, corner shot, maybe. Not great, I don't think. But going here. Okay, so now that's kind of interesting. So You do have actually a really good shot on the Dorito guy right here if he stopped at the Dorito 1. But I really just think that the people are going to get to the Dorito 2 really quickly. And so if you do that, the only way that that kill can be produced is if, for example, you run up the middle, go pop, 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 you run and dive, and then you come here right away. And if you do that, you might kill the guy. Or again, if they stop here at this Dorito. But otherwise, I just think this is a gap you can't really hold for very long. I mean, you could shoot the home guy, but I wouldn't do that. You could wrap further. I would not shoot that tower. And then now you come here and you're in a... This is super awkward, man. Being this close to all these people with however many bunkers you have to worry about and however many angles. Look at that. Look at how many angles you have to worry about when you're challenging from this direction. So, okay. Obviously, if you get here, there's a lot of stuff that can happen. There's a lot of routes that can happen like this, so on and so forth, which makes this bunker a lot better than it was before. Because if this bunker's only purpose is to stop all the shenaniganry that's going to happen in this little block, then that's a great bunker. But we did say that we were going to try to find the one thing that could stop this Dorito route off the break, and that kind of is it, unless you kill them. Avery, what's up, buddy? How's the move? The only other thing that can stop you is if you kill them right here, right? If you kill them in this gap, that obviously you're stopping the Dorito guy. But if not, I actually think that 50 push is one of the only things you can do. Sorry, let me just think. Okay, let's keep going. So Snakeside, we already said heads up battle. You have a lot of this nonsense. The thing, okay, here's what I would say, guys. This is going to be visually very complicated to, like, this is going to be a hard field to process while you're playing it. Here's what I'd say. You're probably only going to find one person in all of these bunkers right here in the first 5 to 15 seconds. Maybe even as far out as 20. You're probably only going to find one person in these cluster of bunkers. You, however, are possibly going to find somebody else right here. It's probably where you're going to find the other dude. I don't mean to be drawing a penis. Sorry about that. So one guy there, one guy here. Okay. So when you're challenging people, really the only concern you have is to be aware of that middle guy right here. So you know how I said that, well, as soon as who's going to stop you if you beat the guy in front? The only person that it's going to stop you is this wedge guy right here. He might have a shot on you, especially if you take the inside route, right? That wedge guy is going to be a huge problem. So if you get stuck in the corner, you kind of have to go low right here. But look, I don't need to be in the corner. Okay, so try not to battle too much from that corner. Try to just get up to this juice box and then wrap on this wedge guy to see if he's here. And if he's not, get in here right away. Okay. I don't think truly, I don't really think people are going to play this bunker as often. I don't think they're going to play this as much unless this Dorito is just so strong and that the Dorito side is getting run down that people are going here as a way to stop that. So what that means is that if you're the number one, if you're this front snake guy and you're trying to figure out where the number 2 is on the snake, he's probably at the wedge or the tower behind him. He's probably not in the corner. I mean, he could be in the corner and the guy in the snake, but you just got to pay attention to bodies then, or face masks, right? Look to see what the guy is wearing that's playing the front snake. And then if you don't see that guy in the corner, and there is a guy in the corner, then you know, oh, there's a guy in the snake and a guy in the corner. Okay. First shot, you got a pretty decent shot to threaten the can guy. Not going to kill him, but you definitely have a threat. And you have a threat on the Dorito 1 guy, but really only if he's playing over the top or high on his feet, but that's it. So you could stop here. I would stop here for a second and shoot that corner and just see if there's anything. And if not, I'd play heads up. And then I guess, you know, you do have a concern right here from this gap, but maybe the best thing to do would be to head check it like this. Head check it over the top. I wouldn't even do this with your gun. I would just head check over the top and then see if he's there. If not, boom, you're free to go. Getting here, as we established, you want to check this guy. See if he's there or not. If he is there, you kind of have to push right here to get underneath his paint. Otherwise, you have to play like wide on the tape. Super wide on the tape. Getting to this 50. Tower is all of a sudden dead. If they stopped at this can, I don't know why they would. That guy's dead. I probably wouldn't wrap here. This is a really easy way to get your head blown off. So, but maybe. It's just if you don't know where that angle is and you just kind of peek around, that's a really easy way to die. Otherwise, I would just challenge it from here. I would challenge him from here. It's visually much easier to know where the bunker is going to be when you're scanning it this way, like we said, than if you're scanning it on the inside of the route or inside of the bunker. Getting to the 50, the home guy is definitely in trouble, but now all of a sudden you kill the Dorito 1 and you kill this guy for sure. Dorito 1 guy is probably not going to be there. And then if you get here, you kill the 50s. Definitely kill this 50 guy. So I would probably not. I'd probably not set a trap here. I would probably not do this. I think that just gets trumped by somebody making this route. So don't do that. If you want to do any sort of Dorito hold. Dang, we kind of said that this is really not bad. I'll have to look at that in just a second. So you don't have a lot of heads up kills. So what's interesting is that here's what we've discovered, okay? And this will be the kind of conclusion. So what we've discovered is that if you want to kill people in this snake zone right here, you got to be high in the Doritos, and it seems to be that you got to be in the 50. If you want to kill people on the Dorito side in the opposite zone right here, you need to be in the 50. And kind of in their snake. Hi, I'm new to paintball and I don't know if I should be back bunker or be snake or Dorito. I feel that I don't know what place I should be. I'm 6'4" skinny. I don't know if that's a factor. Not really. Welcome, Ketchup. By the way, guys, if you're watching this live right now, please hit the like button. I'm going to answer this question and then I'm going to keep going. Play whatever is calling to you. Whatever looks most fun. That's my opinion. The farther back in the field you go, the more difficult that role is going to be. Supreme, what's up, dude? I've been liking your videos recently. Thanks for sharing them in the Discord server. Okay, so just be aware of that, guys. Your best kills are going to be produced on the opposite side of the fields. Okay, I'm going to draw them like this. Okay, that's how you're going to produce the easiest kills, because heads up does not see very well what's in front of it. These people do not see very well what's in front. Okay. All right, which naturally means that the cross-field middle game is going to be very important. Okay, which means these two bunkers are pretty key. I would say probably this one more so than the other. I don't think that bunker is super important, except actually that's not true. This bunker is decently important because it protects the middle routes against this guy. If you don't have that kind of protection, then you run the risk of just getting run down pretty easily. So I would say, however, this is a pretty strong bunker to stop these routes from being super free. Again, let me show you the routes that are really strong to get into your bunkers. This route is stopped by this bunker. Oh, excuse me, this bunker. This stops this. It's very hard to stop it, but it does stop it. And this bunker, where am I? This bunker stops this. You could also say that this one stops this as well. Well, that's not true. Oh, excuse me, it stops this route. So here's the routes you could take to stop those. So keep that in mind. It seems to be that depending on which side of the field you want to push. So for example, if you want to push the Dorito side, it seems to be that you're going to send a guy, sorry, you can't see that super well. You're going to send a guy here. You're going to send a guy here and possibly a guy in the corner. And then this guy's going to look cross over in the snake for a 3-man push. Opposite is true, that if you wanted to do a snake side push heavy, then it's going to probably look something like this. Here's your 3 people. This guy's looking cross. And the reason you do that is because you have a lot of protection for this guy looking Dorito way. So you still have essentially, you have 2+1 over here. You have 2 people pushing and 1 person supporting. And then you have 2 people pushing and naturally protecting this guy because of it. So I say a 3-man push. It becomes a 3-man push when this guy decides to look heads up. Thanks, man. Dorito 50 brick off the break possible. Yes, that route is super easy. It's just a question of whether or not it's worth it. So you can make this route really, really easily. Because the only gap you have to worry about is this one right here. And if you make this gap, then your home run up to the 50. The problem is that not only are you very close to the Doritos, so it's not a very strong positioning for you, because it's essentially like if they're apprised to you being there, or they're just playing weary or caution, whatever, playing cautiously. That's what I'm trying to say. Then this is not a very safe bunker for you to be in, and it's also very easy to get to and run you down. That's the problem. So. Okay, hopefully that helped. Just remember these routes are super safe. Otherwise, they're pretty standard routes into your bunkers. So I'm going to draw this as a key route. This is a key route. Key route. I'm going to say this is a key bunker. Key bunker. Have fun. Good luck. Good luck with everybody playing tomorrow. I gotta go. I am well over the time that I said I would stream. So good luck to everybody. I hope you have a good time. If you enjoyed the video, please please comment down below what you learned, if anything, or report back on how you guys performed. That would probably be the best thing to do at this point, because nobody's gonna see this video tomorrow. So if you did learn something from this video and it does help you, really the best thing you can do is just tell people, right? That's super helpful if you actually tell people word of mouth, like, hey man, these routes are sick, these breakouts are sick, like, where'd you learn this? Tell people about this channel. That helps me out a lot. Thanks for the insight. Absolutely, Ray. No problem. Thanks, man. Good stuff as always. I appreciate it, Suprema. Hopefully you were here for most of it, but super good. Good night. Absolutely catch up. Thanks, bro. You're awesome. No problem, Stormtrooper. If you guys haven't joined the Discord server, please click the link in the description below. I answer a ton of questions there. I'm very available, very accessible. Otherwise, I'll see you guys tomorrow. I will be covering the NRPL layout and maybe the TSXL layout if it's linked. I think it is at this point. So I'll be covering those 2 streams at some point tomorrow. I don't know when yet. And hopefully I'll see you there. Anyway, have a good one, guys. Bye.